Okay, we are now in the Glen proper, and we're gonna scan up there. You gotta look at these rocks. But this is the spot right in here where Jumonville's small party would have certainly encamped. And as you can see, that's a very precarious position to be in. Those rock walls are very, very steep, and there's lots of spots where Washington's party could have hidden and fired upon Jumonville. It wouldn't have been it wouldn't have been a very fair fight, that's for certain. There's really no place for them to go, but it's hard to say. Hopefully you can get an appreciation for how steep this is. There was no place to run to because in back of us there were also members of Washington's party and his Native American guides. But right in here is where they would have camped. It's a very small area, appropriate for a party of 30 to 40 men. And again, there was only one man who escaped this. But very impressive feature there. And it must have been an interesting moment when Washington and his Native American party came here, because they would have been walking through very dense forests, marching through very dense forests, and then suddenly come upon the French here. Obviously, they were taken completely by surprise, and Washington and his forces were surprised as well, because they didn't know exactly where they were. They did know through their Indian guides there was a French party in this area, and they had set out from the area of Fort Necessity from Great Meadows to try to make contact with them. It's hard to say what Washington really intended. Did Washington really intend to have a parley with the French party? We don't know. One would have hoped so. His instructions from Governor Dinwiddie were to make contact with the French, tell them that they were encroaching on territory claimed by the English crown, and that they were to leave this area and vacate Fort Duquesne. Well, needless to say, it didn't come down to that. But this encounter here led to everything else that we've been talking about during the course, particularly Fort Necessity, the building of Braddock's Road, the disaster on the Monongahela, and the beginnings of the 7 Years' War.